How's it going, everybody? Welcome in to another episode of Mavs Step Back Podcast. I'm your host, Dalton Trigg. You can find me, as always, on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Dalton_Trigg. You can find the pod account at Step Back Mavs. And please be sure to go like, rate, and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms, especially YouTube and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can go leave us a review and be entered for a chance to win future giveaways on t-shirts, tickets, stuff of that nature. We select randomly from that, and that's an easy way to throw your name into the hat. So be sure to go do that. Leave us your comments on our YouTube videos if you have any questions, or if you have opposing views on stuff uh, that we talk about on this podcast. Just go there, and that's the easiest way to communicate what you're feeling to us. We want to hear from you. So I mean, it's there if you need it. Sometimes on Twitter, things can get kind of lost in the shuffle and in replies, and you never know what you're going to see and what you're not going to see after Elon Musk took over and changed things that he did that way. But I can guarantee you I will see your stuff on the YouTube comments. So be sure to go over there and do that. So, okay. So on Friday, the Mavs, after practice, Jason Kidd, Derek Jones Jr., and Dante Exum, they all talked to the media. If you've gotten this far in our podcast, you've already listened to the Derek Jones Jr. press conference from after practice on Friday, and now we're going to listen to Dante Exum and what he has to say. He has just been absolutely incredible for the Mavs this year after spending 2 seasons overseas, taking a break from his NBA career. He played 6 seasons in the NBA before this year, went overseas. He had some injury issues in the NBA. He couldn't really shoot, was always a solid defender. But then after he came back from playing overseas and the Mavs gave him a chance to prove what he can do this year, he was incredible. He played in 55 games. He averaged 7.8 points a game, almost 3 rebounds, almost 3 assists per game. He shot 53.3% overall, and he shot 49.1% from 3. And as you can imagine, that is by far a career high for Dante Exum shooting threes. The previous high for his entire career on shooting threes came in the 2019-2020 season, where he split time between the Utah Jazz and the Cleveland Cavaliers. He shot 34.9% on 1.2 3-point attempts per game. And this season, shooting nearly, let's see, he's shooting exactly 2 3-pointers per game. So that's a career high too. Or no, it's not. That's the third highest of his career, but it's the highest he shot since his second season played in the NBA. But on those 2 attempts per game, he's shooting 49.1%, which is nearly 15% higher than his previous career high. Just incredible stuff from Dante Exum after playing in Spain and Serbia over the previous 2 years before getting his chance. So Exum, he talks about, not just this upcoming series between the Mavs and the Clippers. It starts on Sunday. Game 1 is on ABC, starts at 1:30 Central Time, which I know, my Slovenian subscribers that come in and listen to me every week when we do these, I know y'all are happy. You get some prime time Luka playoff action. So shout out to you guys. And Dante Exum, he doesn't just talk about the series itself coming up and playing defense like he's always been able to do, but he also talks about just being a clutch player as well, because not only has Exum been excellent on the defensive end and shooting threes, but it's like when those threes have come too is what's so impressive, because he has had several clutch threes for the Mavs down the stretch, and he's a big reason why the Mavs posted I believe it was 23-8 clutch record in the regular season. So here's Dante Exum. Listen to him, see what he has to say as we keep rolling through these final thoughts from these players as we get closer to game one of the first round series.
All right. Go ahead, guys.
Dante, with the strides you made this year from 3-point range, just how crucial is that going to be in a series like this when they have a lot of versatile wing defenders?
Yeah, and I think I've said it kind of all year. I think with the ISO talent that we have with Kai and Luca, just being able to force double teams, it's going to be important just to be that spot up threat, and that's what I've just tried to do this whole year.
Dante, you do have NBA playoff experience, obviously, with Utah, but I'm also curious about your EuroLeague high leverage games, Barca, Partizan. How much do you think that helps as a training ground of high leverage type games that you're going to experience in the playoffs?
Yeah, no, I think it goes a long way. I mean, I played a 7-game series against the Clippers actually, and then 5 games in both my EuroLeague experiences. So, it's definitely high pressure situations and just being able to perform when it matters most. But I think it's not looking forward to the later games, but taking the first game, and it's going to be that last quarter, that last 7 minutes when things start to slow down, and it's just kind of getting stops or getting scores, and that's the most important thing.
What have you liked about the way you collectively as a group have executed? You have one of the best clutch time records in the NBA this year. What did you like about how you fared and what you did effectively in those situations?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is everyone knows kind of what to do, and like you said, we've been in a lot of situations where we've had to play that. So I think no matter who's on the floor and kind of what lineup we have, everyone knows their role and kind of how to close out games. And we work on a lot of end game situations, end game plays, kind of what we expect to see from teams. So I think that's important, and just being prepared.
With the Clippers having so many Hall of Fame perimeter players on their team, how important is a guy like Derrick Jones as far as his defense was concerned?
Yeah, I mean, defense, the thing they always say is defense wins championships. So obviously that's something that we're taking very seriously. Not only D Jones, PJ, just the length that we show Gavin and Lively down in the paint. So I think that's important, and just being able to switch, and even Luke has made great strides in being a good defender and someone we can rely on.
What did you see from D Jones this year as far as being a lockdown defender?
I think he's just the relentlessness of him. He's going to pick up every time. He's going to take the challenge. I think when I check in and I look at him and I go, "Hey, you need a break?" He's always like, "No, I'm good. I got it." So, I think he's just a guy that wants to compete, a guy that's going to always challenge himself, and that's important. When you're going against guys that this with this offensive talent. So, yeah.
You spoke a little about the technicality that didn't allow him to make all team second defense. Just any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of stuff. I think you saw other guys going through it as well, and I even talked to him about it. But yeah, it's tough to when a guy deserves it to miss out on just technicalities. But I've always said awards don't make you. So I think we know what we have, and he knows how good of a defender is, and the reward's going to be in what he can do in the playoffs. So.
Dante, with these playoff practices starting, have you felt an increase of intensity with these practices compared to the regular season?
I think. I think we've always kind of kept that. Obviously it's more focused. I think obviously when you can just lock in on one team, it makes it a bit more. Every day is coming in and this guy and what they do. So I think just in that stand, it's you can say it's become a bit more intense. But no, with the practices, we've kind of been always like this and making sure that we're right and just working on ourselves as well.
You said awards don't make you to Derrick Jones Jr. What does make you?
Just going out, even just to be talked about it, and but I think the biggest thing is we know what he can do. Guys want to win awards and stuff like that, but I think at the end of the day, he would rather win a championship than win an award or whatever. And I think that runs deep in our team. So I think that's the most important thing.
How's it been to have Derek back with you guys and, kind of hopefully helping normalize things for him?
Yeah, no, it's been good. I mean, obviously, it's a difficult time, but I mean, hats off to him of how he's handled it, and I think just how the Mavs have helped him. That's been huge, and just being there for him every step of the way. And I know he feels that with the team as well. So.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks.
All right, y'all. Again, that was Dante Exum. I have high expectations for him going into this series. I think the Mavs have a really good collection of shooting and length and defense surrounding Luka and Kyrie. Obviously, it works because the Mavs won 16 of their final 17 games in the regular season when both Luka and Kyrie played. And that streak started when Jason Kidd inserted Derek Jones Jr. and Daniel Gafford into the starting lineup in place of Josh Green and Derek Lively. And, Derek Lively, he's had some stuff going on. He had some knee issue, the very sad passing of his wonderful mother, Kathy Drysdale, where our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family still. I mean, I know it's been about a week and, he's back at practice and he went in front of the team and, spoke to them, just very, very high level stuff from Derek Lively, given the stuff he's going through. I can't imagine having lost both parents, by age 20. It seems really rough. But anyway, not to get off on all that, but I did just want to mention that, he's back. It's Jason Kidd said that Derek Lively, it's looking like he's going to be back to start this series, which is huge for the Mavs. And then again, Dante Exum off the bench. He might not start. I can imagine that, he will have a big role, not only just coming off the bench, but also closing lineups too. I can see him being a big closer, especially with how clutch he's been this season. So, guys, I appreciate it. Be sure to go like, rate, and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms. And again, hit that subscribe button on YouTube and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts for your chance to be entered for future giveaways. Appreciate it. Y'all